Welcome to existence, little one. You've just entered the world in a cozy underground burrow somewhere in rural America. Congratulations. You're one of 8 blind, naked, helpless siblings in what's essentially nature's version of an overcrowded studio apartment. Mom spent nearly a week perfecting this fur-lined nest, which is pretty impressive considering you probably won't live long enough to appreciate the craftsmanship. Oops. And then there were 7. Your sibling just learned the first rule of rabbit life. You're basically a walking snack for, well, everything. Your mother doesn't seem particularly bothered though. She's mentally preparing for her next litter already. Don't take it personally. When your species has a 20% survival rate, you learn not to get too attached. You might think you deserve a name, but let's be realistic. Names are reserved for creatures expected to live past next Tuesday. Right now, you're just the latest production batch in your mother's impressive reproductive career. She's perfected a parenting style that's less helicopter mom and more occasional food delivery service. She visits once daily for feeding, keeps your nest tidy, and otherwise stays far away to avoid leading predators to your doorstep. It's not cold-hearted, it's evolutionary genius. For now, your entire universe is this underground bunker with its network of escape tunnels, your mother's architectural masterpiece. She's the rabbit equivalent of a grizzled war veteran, having survived long enough to produce dozens of litters in a world designed to eat her. Your first week passes in complete darkness, with Mom's brief daily appearances being your only connection to the outside world. The rest of the time, you're playing everyone's favorite game. Was that noise death approaching? Maybe it's just the wind, or maybe it's a fox shopping for rabbit nuggets. Fun. Around day 10, 3 miraculous things happen. Your fur grows in, your eyes finally open, and you discover you've been equipped with ears so disproportionately large they'd make Dumbo self-conscious. These biological satellite dishes might look ridiculous, but they're your personal early warning system. For now, though, they're mainly useful for figuring out which of your siblings is trying to shove you away from the prime nursing position during Mom's express feeding service. By 2 weeks old, you're getting better at this whole existence thing. Your siblings have established a complex social hierarchy through what scientists call shoving and what rabbits call Tuesday. You've mastered the emergency freeze response when Mom thumped her back feet. Rabbits speak for shut up and don't move. Kids, something wants to eat us. Your grooming attempts are adorably pathetic. Less sophisticated woodland creature and more fur ball that lost a fight with static electricity. At 3 weeks, it's time for the big moment. Your first venture outside. Your inaugural hops are about as graceful as a toddler on an espresso binge. Your siblings scatter like furry pinballs, everyone tasting fresh grass for the first time. Life is beautiful. The sun is shining. The grass is delicious. This is amazing. Thump. Mom's warning signal hits like a furry fire alarm. You freeze, your tiny heart threatening to explode as a shadow passes overhead. Just an owl doing a flyby of today's menu. Welcome to outdoor dining, where you're simultaneously having breakfast and trying not to become breakfast. This is your life now. Your first month outside is essentially extreme survival, bunny edition. Every environmental cue becomes a potential death notice. Rustling grass, snake alert, moving shadow, incoming hawk, the neighbor's adorable kitten, a serial killer with whiskers who's already eliminated 2 of your extended family members. That playful puppy? Basically a heat-seeking missile with a wagging tail. Being a vegetarian sounds peaceful, right? No hunting, no chasing, just munching plants all day. Except there's fierce competition for the good stuff, and every other rabbit wants the same premium greens you do. The absolute gourmet dining is found in the farmer's garden, protected by what you've mentally labeled the barrier of certain doom. One evening, driven by carrot cravings, you and 3 rabbit friends attempt Operation Garden Raid. The plan is sophisticated. Jimmy will keep watch, Sarah will create a diversion, while you and Bobby sneak in for the orange gold. Everything begins perfectly. You squeeze through a fence gap, Bobby right behind you. Sarah's in position, and Jimmy's perched on Lookout Rock. The carrots are tantalizingly close, their tops glowing like orange beacons in the moonlight. Just a few more hops. Then disaster strikes as Bobby trips a wire. The motion-activated scarecrow jerks to life like a possessed mannequin. Jimmy abandons his post with record-breaking speed. Sarah crashes into a watering can, triggering a chain reaction of falling garden implements. And there you are, caught between the fence and some very judgmental-looking vegetables, watching Bobby somehow entangle himself in the bean trellis. The farmhouse light switches on, the dog starts barking, and is that the cat stretching by the door? Emergency protocol activated. Every rabbit for themselves. After this fiasco, you decide group heists aren't your style. You develop a solo technique for garden raids. Wait until the farmer's dinner time, then sneak through the loose section by the strawberry patch. Foolproof, until you discover the farmer's latest addition, an electric fence. One touch and your fur stands on end like you've been struck by lightning. You retreat in a frantic zigzag, smelling suspiciously like burnt marshmallow. So much for your criminal career. By 2 months old, you're a teenager in rabbit years, which means it's time to find your own territory. Imagine apartment hunting where every real estate agent is actively trying to murder you. You navigate fields, avoid farm equipment, and gain a profound understanding of roadkill physics. Farewell, Bobby. We hardly knew ye. Eventually, you discover the perfect spot, a nice area between dense foliage and a fallen log. Your neighbors are tolerable, some field mice who respect boundaries, and a groundhog too lazy to chase anything smaller than a nap. Best feature? An abandoned drain pipe that serves as your personal emergency exit when the local hawk comes hunting. You're becoming quite the survival expert. Your burrow architecture would impress professional engineers. Multiple exits, excellent visibility for threat detection, and convenient access to food sources that don't require crossing what you've named Death Highway. You mark your territory, essentially posting a sign that reads, "This dangerous patch of nowhere special is mine." Now comes rabbit dating, which is less romantic comedy and more speed dating with Mortal Kombat elements. You spot an attractive female rabbit, attempt your most charming whisker wiggle, and, oh great, competition has arrived. Apparently, she's popular. Male rabbit courtship involves participating in nature's most ridiculous boxing match. You face off against your rival in a bizarre display featuring dramatic ear posturing, fur flying, and elaborate kicking maneuvers that would embarrass a martial arts instructor. The female watches from a safe distance, probably questioning her life choices. After an exhausting battle of leaps and bounds, you emerge victorious. The actual mating process is comically brief. One quick encounter, and congratulations, you're technically a father, but don't expect Father's Day cards. Your parental duties are complete, and the female is already planning her nursery burrow far from you and your questionable genetic contributions. Summer brings new challenges. The grass grows tall, providing excellent hiding spots, but terrible visibility for predator detection. Your oversized ears work overtime as natural cooling systems, though they also make you look like a furry radar installation to every predator in the county. You become an expert at finding shaded areas that offer both heat relief and quick escape options. A hollow log becomes your favorite summer retreat, nature's version of air-conditioned security. Your daily routine becomes precisely calibrated. Wake at dawn, check for overnight burrow invasion attempts, perform stretching exercises to ensure all limbs are functional, then venture out for breakfast. You've memorized the hunting schedule of every local predator. Hawk patrols at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., farm dog at noon, fox at dawn and dusk. It's like living in a neighborhood where all your neighbors are professional assassins with predictable work schedules. 3 springs have passed, making you practically ancient in rabbit years. One morning during your stretches, you notice something alarming. Is that your hip making that noise? A test hop confirms your suspicion. Your youthful bounce has been replaced by something resembling a furry shopping cart with a wobbly wheel. Welcome to senior rabbit life, where every movement comes with its own soundtrack. Your morning routine now includes an extended pep talk just to leave your burrow. You can do this, one hop at a time. Don't think about how that hawk seems to be flying suspiciously lower these days. Your formerly elegant movements have devolved into what looks like a fuzzy golf cart navigating a pothole-filled road. Young male rabbits no longer challenge you for territory, which you attribute to your intimidating battle-scarred appearance. Reality check. You're about as threatening as a cotton ball with a frown. Your teeth have seen better days too. You spend excessive time gumming the softer vegetation, reminiscing about when you could chew through practically anything. Remember your garden raiding days? Now you get exhausted just contemplating the journey. One peaceful afternoon, while sunbathing and debating whether moving to shade is worth the effort, your droopy but still functional ears detect approaching danger. An owl is descending, and you're not exactly in prime evasive condition anymore. But wait, your survival instincts make one last heroic appearance. You summon your remaining energy for a dramatic escape attempt. For one glorious moment, you're young again. You execute what feels like an action movie-worthy evasion. You can feel the owl's wing wind ruffle your fur as it passes. Still got it, you think triumphantly. Take that, you feathered. Oh, you didn't actually dodge anything. You just tripped over your own feet and accidentally fell out of the way. Now you can't get up quickly enough. Well, this is undignified. You've had an impressive run, outlived most rabbits, which means you made it past your first month. As a shadow returns, you reflect that being prey isn't entirely terrible. At least you never had to file taxes, though that patch of clover does look delicious.